Hi everyone, Darren Hunter here. I'm with Deniz Yusuf today, growing your rent roll, getting more leads. We're talking about educational videos. Oh my goodness, Deniz. I know you could teach for hours and hours and hours. In fact, I think you've got a 5 to 7 hour training session already around educational videos. So everyone, very, very hard to put this into a 10-minute video,
Very
but
hard.
we're going to do our best, Deniz. So why are educational videos so useful, so effective when they're done right?
Well, you are going to be the market expert and looked upon and perceived as the market expert if you're the one that's doing videos because everyone fears it. So let's just get that out to start with. Now, one of the key things, back in the day in real estate, you had to try and do TV ads, radio ads, newspapers to get into people's homes because someone will pick the newspaper up, take it home, or they're sitting in front of a TV. Well, this telephone now, Darren, social media gives us the opportunity to get into the house of all of your potential clients. And most importantly, one video can speak to thousands of people, whereas that's better than you speaking to thousands of people on individual events. So that's where video is powerful, and that's why more people need to do it. We've got to get into the homes of our clients.
It is very effective, and it's been effective for us at IGT. It's been effective for so many people, Deniz, but fear is a big thing, isn't it? And if you can break through that, everyone, you are got a nice shell of protection around you, because if you break through on the fear, your rivals are still going to be in fear. Alrighty. Now you can go and discount, and all of your rivals are going to copy you like that, but they're not going to copy you on video. So you're making yourself safe. That's why you want to invest in doing educational videos. All right, let's move on. Step one, Deniz, picking your topic. How do you go about doing that?
Well, as a BDM, Darren, I was always monitoring why people are calling me. It's because part of my pre-listing email, if someone rang me up and said, "What are your fees?" I always monitored why people are calling, so then I could have my conversation around that. Well, it's the same thing with educational videos. Start taking notes of why people are calling you, the topics, right? Because you need to know what the current pain is in your marketplace and then do educational videos on that. Right. So, the news tells you, social media tells you, being part of Facebook groups and all sorts of things, they teach you what you need to do to answer the pain of people so that you're perceived as that expert.
So we've said before in our training sessions, you've got to focus on what your prospects are thinking about when their head hits a pillow at night. So think about it. They're looking at buying a property in the market. They know they need to invest in real estate, but they're stressed out. Now, they're not stressed about finding the cheapest agent. They're stressed about getting a bad tenant, getting the tenant from hell, the mortgage not being paid. What would they do in that situation? That's what they're worried about. So any topics that are going to grab the attention of your prospects when it comes to educational videos needs to be surrounding what they're concerned about most. Generally, it's three things. So all your topics need to be surrounded on getting the best tenant with a good best rent in the fastest possible time. And so if all your topics relate to those 1, 2, or 3 points, you're going to get their attention. Step outside with topics outside that don't directly connect to those pain points, then you're just going to get crickets, and that's not what you want. So many different topics. We could list them out here. You're welcome to get in contact with us, some ideas if you want. But let's just move to step two, Deniz. What tools to use? What is best?
Well, let's be honest. Everyone's got a telephone these days that's got some form of a video, especially if you've got an iPhone and you're a little bit more advanced than everyone else. It's a bonus. So there's no excuse for people not to be able to do videos. Now, yes, you can go out and get professional videos done. Some agencies, Darren, they even have on-site videographers, within their team, which is great. And I think the professional videos are really, really good for property marketing and even for your websites. But people want raw and real. Don't forget that, because it's so much more trusting. Okay, you want to be trusted, you've got to do those raw and real videos as well. There is a time and a place for professional videos, and I'm not saying don't do it. If you choose that you only want professional videos, there's nothing wrong with that. But to get better trust, use your phone. It's totally fine. If you're in high traffic areas or there's a lot of noise, get yourself a Rode mic, a Rode lapel mic, or I like the Rodes, Darren. It's Rode. It's an Australian company based in Melbourne. You can buy them from plenty of electrical stores. JB Hi-Fi, as an example, they're around $60-$70. You can get the Bluetooth ones. There's other variations, but there's nothing wrong with the sound quality when you use your phone. It's so easy. So easy.
All right. So step 3, what's the best platforms where we're going to post the educational videos?
Well, all social media. Okay, so you've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Okay, LinkedIn. Don't forget LinkedIn, people. We've done a video on it. It's a strategy. And YouTube is so important. We've also covered that as well. All of the major platforms you have to do. And don't forget about your Google My Business page, because you can put short videos on your Google My Business page as well. It's really important to cover all areas. And then, Darren, you know what you can do? You link the video from YouTube back to your website, to your own real estate, because all of your frequently asked questions need to be done in video and put onto your website as well.
All right. Well, how long should an educational video go for?
Darren, that really is indicative of the platform. So if you want to do an educational video as a short on YouTube, it's got to be under 60 seconds. 90 seconds for Instagram. TikTok, you can even do a longer video. But the key is using hooks, and we can get that into another video strategy. But you've got 2 to 3 seconds to catch their attention in a video. If you're doing a long form video, like 10 ways how to attract a good quality tenant, you break those points up as well. But I try and keep them under 3 minutes as a maximum.
All right. So we've picked the right topic that appeals directly to the anxiety and the pain that your prospect has, and we've also got the right tool. And in any case, it's usually going to be our smartphone. And we've got the right platform that we're posting it. We know the right length. Now, step 4, Deniz, engagement and replying. How important is that?
Well, it's great to do the video, but if you've got people asking you questions or arguing with you, especially on the platform of TikTok, Darren, as you've got to reply them. Engage with the people, because the more engagement, the more that social media platforms will push you out to more people, right? So it's really important to engage. If someone makes a comment, reply them. You can do a video reply, because when they're asking you a question on your video, they're actually giving you more content. So make sure that you are answering, replying, and being that market expert.
Okay. Step 5, monitoring results. How is that best done?
Well, I mean, if you've got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, they actually do give you the results, and you can look at it on YouTube as well, but you need to have your admin rights. So if you're a BDM, you don't have admin rights to your YouTube channel, make sure that you get that. So have a look at how long people are watching the videos, where they're tapping out, because it tells you, they might watch 50% and then they've gone. So that means your videos might be too long, or you haven't answered the pain correctly. So make sure that you are watching it, because it's important to know what videos are working for you. Darren, I do so many educational videos on my platforms. I don't get many people liking. I don't get many people watching them, and I don't get many people asking questions. But I'm getting people ringing me, right? They're watching them, and they're the silent people. Okay, so it's real, and they're watching the full length of the video. So that's what I look for.
No, that's good. So that's a really good indicator there. And look, everyone, you can see that certain videos are working. Take note of what those topics are and do more of that, all right? Because people will not waste time on something that is not relevant to them. All right, now the last step here, Dennis, step 6, rinse, repeat, and repurpose. Tell us about that one.
Well, your followers, whether you've got 100 followers, 1,000 followers, or whatever, they're not on social media at the same time. And you may post a video, a really good educational video in January. They may not see it, but next time they go online in 4 months' time, 5 months' time, or even 3 months' time, it's fine to repurpose that same video because it's still very relevant. So, if you've done 50 videos, you could just keep repurposing those videos. If you want to change it up, you might add music or change the font style or whatever the case, right? It's fine to repurpose those videos that you have done. So rinse and repeat. Keep going.
People need to understand is that if an owner, once they make a decision, they're going to go buy an investment property, then they go speak to a financial planner, speak to an accountant, then speak to a mortgage broker, speak to a real estate agent to buy the right property. Then they sign up a property manager. That might be 3 months, might be 4 months. So that person is then going to be switched off to your messages once they've secured a property manager. So you don't have to have a year's full of content. It might be every 3 months, every 4 months that you rinse and repeat that and repurpose that same content as well. So it's not brain surgery, just coming up with a good library of topics that meet that pain point. All right,
and
now,
there's new people there. Sorry, there's new people that pop on, right? So that person's now bought a house. Guess what? There's another person that's buying a house at a different time.
new audience.
So that's why you keep going. Keep going.
And the algorithms are so good now. They're putting your video in front of people that have that express pain. They may be talking about it with their partner or whatever, and suddenly you know what it's like. A video pops up that's just, it's like, who's been listening to what I've been saying? Well, yeah, they have been listening. That's just the way social media is. And that's why you need to make sure that your videos are relevant to the pain point. Okay, everyone, no doubt with this video, you've got use out of it and the other videos that we've also published. But if you're still doing nothing about it, perhaps you need some coaching, you need some accountability, and of course you need some tracking for results as well. And that's what we can provide you. Go and check out leadmachinesystem.com about what we can provide you with 2 levels of coaching, whether it's part of group coaching or one-on-one coaching, depending on what your budget is. But also, why don't you just get in contact with Deniz, drop straight into his diary, go to leadmachinechat.com. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.